Okay, so first impressions of the Xperia X that I'm playing around with here at the Sony launch event, and in the hand it feels very much like a pretty standard Sony Xperia smartphone. Opening it up, playing around with it, feels relatively snappy and nice playing around. I did have one of the demo guys earlier try to show me the allegedly amazing new camera, and have a couple of hiccups and pauses around it. But so we're just going to try and take a couple of videos with it now. Allegedly, it's got amazing low light performance, which is if you take a look at the environment that I'm in, it does seem pretty impressive, considering I'm taking this video on a Z3 Plus, and when we go down to the Xperia X, we are getting some decent things. One key thing to take note of here, if we go into the video section and go into the settings, what you are seeing is that, not sure if I can actually get it focused in here, but on the basis of this, it doesn't look like we actually have any 4K video. Now on the Z3 Plus, what you'll find is that the 4K video is a special mode, which you have to come into this sort of special menu to actually access. But when I look in here, these are all the special modes which I have available to me. If I do go into the add functionality, I get a very bright screen, and it takes me through some of the downloadable options that there are. But notably in that list, I am actually lacking anything that looks like an actual 4K video mode. Now, whether that's a problem with the latest chip that they're using in here, because we know there have been a lot of overheating issues historically, and those have typically manifested specifically around 4K video capture. We think that may have some bearing on maybe why it's not included. Maybe it'll be included later. Not entirely sure, but we'll try and get some answers for you about that. So, just going back to one of the final points to mention is that when I do go into some of these special effects modes here, we do actually see a reasonable degree of heat coming out of the back of the phone, as we're used to with some of these Qualcomm chips. And it feels like, to me, again, this is anecdotal, just playing around with the phone in front of a bunch of different modes here, and we do start to feel some heat coming out of the back of the phone. Back of the phone itself looks nice, not the glass that you get on the previous Xperias, the Z3s and the Z3 Pluses and the Z5s or whatever they're called. But yeah, basically it seems decent. Now, one of the other things that I do want to quickly talk about before my phone overheats is that we did get some slightly jerky behavior just playing around with the camera. So I'm just going to try and take a few pictures here of various people. We do get some sort of motion tracking modes that are occurring, and if we try and track against the bartender here as he does some fancy moves, let's see what he's going to do. Maybe nothing. Take a couple of pictures anyway. Low light performance does seem decent, does seem reasonably impressive. Going in to some of the actual pictures, we do get some some reasonable. You know, when I did ask the demo guy about what is actually allowing them to capture this degree of low light. Okay, we get some fuzziness coming up here. The answer that I got was basically a non-technical. While Sony's a great camera company, they make a lot of different camera equipment, lenses, sensors, all this sort of stuff. Well, I guess with their partnership with Zeiss, and effectively, what we're seeing is the benefit of this. Now, that really doesn't tell me a lot in terms of technicals, in terms of, you know, what does this come down to when it comes to an ISO rating? What's the equivalent? Am I going to see tons of graining when I get this onto a PC and blow up the picture, or look at it on a nice high-res monitor or anything like that? So we're going to have to wait for definitive answers until we get some kind of test unit in our hands and we can do a proper review. But seems reasonable here, and that's all from WCCF Tech for now. Thanks very much.